Welcome into our weekly wrestling weigh-in with Coach Cary Kolat. I'm Bill Priestley, and Coach, it seems like we're at the end of the semester. You've been studying, and now all of a sudden here comes the final exam, which is, of course, the conference tournament. How do you feel like your team is getting ready for this final, really, event of the conference season?
Good. Training looks excellent. The guys look really sharp in practice. I would say sharper than they've looked all season, which is, what we always hope for. Every coach hopes for, that you got them peaking just right. So in terms of the training and what we've seen, the guys look good. They look good, and they just got to go in and open up. And I think the biggest thing that we always stress to them is don't change the season because we're into the postseason. Do what you've been doing. Don't all of a sudden put extra emphasis on everything because then mistakes happen. So, continue to wrestle, continue to improve, continue to take one match at a time, and that's what we hope to see when they get out there and go after it.
When you go into an event like this, obviously you've got favorites and you've got underdogs. You've got several favorites. Some guys that have had some really good years so far this year. How do you train these guys getting ready to go into that mayhem where you can have 3 and 4 matches to try and get through to get to, hopefully, a conference championship?
Yeah. So the guys have been doing individuals training sessions with their coaches, and we try to sharpen them up where they're already sharp, tweak some things that we need to tweak. There's not too much tweaking going on at the end of the year. It's just making sure everything you have is solid and you've improved on it. And, with the guys who are going in who have never had conference experience, like Corbin Mink and Chris Colber and a few of the other guys in Barnes at 49, you go and do what you've been doing. And as freshmen, you always see the biggest jump at the end of the year for them. And hopefully they'll see that big jump. And then you have, your guys like Perez and Andrew Morgan and Jerry Hino, upperclassmen who've been in these environments and continue to do what they're doing. And so hopefully everybody can feed off of everybody, with Corbin Mink getting it going, and we just kind of continue that train rolling. Last year we got it going, and it was hard to stop us, and we need to do the same thing with the momentum and feed off each other.
Are there any weight classes that you particularly are looking forward to seeing how your guys do it when they get into the fire?
Yeah, I think we're looking at 33. We think we've underperformed there with Nathan Boston. I think at 49 we have a true freshman coming in who came into the lineup later in the year. So I'm curious to see how those two will perform. Andrew Morgan, it's his first time in the lineup. He's an upperclassman, but he sat at redshirt year and didn't compete last year for us, and he's improved as years going on under Mike Evans. And same with Chris Colber. He's a last minute guy that we've switched out in this season, and so I'm looking forward to see how those guys do. Now Corbin Mink has been very steady all year long, and so if we just like to see him continue to stay steady and continue what he's been doing.
Lastly, Coach, as you come into this, of course, the defending conference champion, is there any different mindset in terms of going in with the target on your back, or is this simply just another opportunity to try and prove yourself against the competition?
Yeah, I think we're just proving ourselves. For the other teams, that might be a target on their back. For our guys, I explained to them during the year when we won the conference last year, it was, we celebrated for about an hour, and that was it. It's done. You're not conference champs anymore. And, we have to step it up at the end of the year here with the postseason. And, of course, we want another conference championship, and our administration wants another one, and we want one. But we just have to focus on our wrestling, and if our guys focus on their wrestling, then things should fall in line. If they don't focus on their wrestling and they have a mental lapse, then, things could go the other way. But we want to get as many guys to the NCAA tournament as possible. We want guys to, be able to wrestle here at Campbell and work for a national championship. And if we are thinking that way and training that way, and we'll be all right.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend. We'll have updates, of course, coming from Charleston this weekend with the SoCon Conference Wrestling Tournament coming up this weekend. For Coach Cary Kolat, I'm Bill Priestley. Thanks so much for joining us on our weekly wrestling weigh-in.